I made it. Hey, hey, hey. My coffee's so hot I can't get to it. What you call it? Friday. Happy Friday. Is this Doug's Friday off? I can't remember. Hey. Hey, Miss Canada. What? Was you and him and Jack going somewhere today? Seemed like you said y'all was. Oh, nice. So I am late, I will tell you, because I had to go check on my mama. I was sitting here and my brother called. He was at work. My brother called and said he couldn't get a hold of mom. He said he called the neighbor. The neighbor's in Mooresville, so she couldn't get over there. I said, well, I'll go up there and check. He said her air tag. He put an air tag on her keys because she lost her keys and she couldn't find them. So he got her a, hey, how y'all doing? And so he put an air tag on her keys. He said her air tag's showing that she's at home. So I get up there and they have a drive around his house. You drive around either way to get to the road. So I drove around. I called him. I said, her car ain't here because, see, she has lunch club Monday through Friday. She does not miss her lunch club. She's a helper. She loves her lunch club. And I called him. I said, she ain't here. So I drove on around. I was going to go up to the lunch club and see if her car was there. And I was sitting down at the road and she drives by me and then waves. And I told my brother, I said, what in the hell is she doing driving past the house waving at me? He said, I don't know. So I said, well, let me pull back around. So I pull back around and I sit there and then here she comes towards me. That looks that way. And she gets out. I said, why did you go down the road waving at me? She said, because that's the way I come in the driveway. And I went down there and turned around. I'm like, okay, then. We can't figure it. He couldn't get a hold of her because she didn't take her phone. She forgot her phone. She was at lunch club. He can't figure out, he'll have to figure out why her keys obviously were with her, but they were showing that she was at home. So he's got to figure that out. I told her, I said, I had you 9 ways to Sunday of something wrong up here by the time, because it takes me a good, gosh, 25 minutes, good 25 minutes to get to her house. I said, I had you. So she is fine. She is perfectly fine. Hey, everybody. I'm glad y'all decided to wait around and come on back anyway. Yeah, I'm glad she was okay too, because I'll tell you, I had her out in the yard. I had her fall because she falls. She falls really easy. Laying in the house somewhere, I had her slumped over in the car. Y'all know you do that with your children, and then when you get an aging parent, then you do that with your parent. So hey, Sandy. Hey, everybody. Everybody's name I missed. Hey. So everything's good. So we are good. So what is everybody up to today? I had a visit from Holly and Jacob this morning. Oh my gosh. That is the sweetest little boy. And guess what? He didn't want to leave. He did not want to leave. She went out. He turned around. We was all on the porch. He turned around. He come inside the house, and then I was on the porch. He come in the house, and he stood there. And she said, well, she was going. He waved at her. So I come on in the house with him. He just kept standing there looking, and she was going. She got to the car, and she waved, and he waved. She got around. She got in the car. He just stood there looking. She come up there to get him. He started crying. He did not want to leave. And when she picked him up, she said, honey, you got to go. He put his little face on her chest, and he did one of them little poor, pitiful, poochy lip things. I'm like, okay. It ain't going to be like that way forever. She said, I'm going to bring his pack and play next time, and he can just stay here and have his nap. I said, you do that. Next time you come, you bring his pack and play. He can stay here. She said, I'll go do something. I said, absolutely. Hmm. Yeah, I had to go check on her, Whitney. She's okay. Where'd you get back spasms from? Mowing? Did you do it mowing? Ooh, you're working, Sandy? Ooh. Are you doing your strawberry jam? You heard it packing? What are you packing, Becky? Oh, that's right. You had to get all them bones out the way, didn't you? When is it that Jason's coming that y'all gonna do the jam for him? Gotcha. Listen, I'm prepared today. I got me a nanner. Just in case my blood sugar gets wonky, I got me a nanner. I set that in here earlier today. I walked past them. I'm like, I got me a trick up my sleeve today. Hey, Joanne. No, you got to get yourself together. Cause Wednesday will be here before you know it. Yes, here I am, Roy. I had to go check on my mama. She's okay, but I had to go check on her. Hey, Michelle. Oh, well, that's nice, Sandy. Yes, definitely, Roy. Definitely. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Kathy. Oh, I did not mean to slurp. Oh my gosh. We had and I was just outside and I couldn't tell the difference, but we have an air quality thing going on down here today till tonight sometime. Wendy, you better know it. Oh my gosh. I was telling Joan, you love your children and you will do anything for your children, but there is something about a grandbaby. Oh my gosh, there is something about a grandbaby. No, you're not late, Viv. We just get started. I was late. I was the one that was late. I had to go check on my mama. Oh, Judy, I'd be singing with him. 21st birthday gift for my baby girl. Oh, fun and different. Okay, Whitney wants to know, does anybody have any fun and different ideas for a 21st birthday gift for her baby girl? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Let me see. Who messaged me? Oh, it's Terry. Yeah, she's okay. My brother's put an air tag on her keys, and she wasn't answering her phone. And she has a lunch club she goes to. He said she knows she ain't gonna miss a lunch club. I said no, she ain't gonna miss a lunch club. He said, well, her air tag's ringing at home. That is at home, and I can't get her on the phone. Call the neighbor. The neighbor's in Mooresville. She can't get down. So I said, okay, I'm going up there. She was at her lunch club. She had left her phone at home, and we don't know why her air tag was showing at home and not with her where she was. So he's got to look into that. Hey, Lori, there's Miss Terry. Oh, is he singing Sharp Dress Man? Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah, I got on late. I was a good bit late. Is it 92 there? Oh my gosh. Let me see what it is here. I think it might be in the 80s, maybe. It's 92 there? Oh, it's only 83 here. And an air quality alert, which I can't figure that out. Oh, it shows 90 tomorrow. That's the highest I think we've been. Gosh, all y'all hotter than me. Cross your fingers when David goes mows this weekend that the grass is dead. Oh, in the 60s. That sounds lovely, Amanda. Lovely. But pray to get grass is dying. He's got it covered up with black plastic. And it is dying. It just needs to die deeper. And we might still get our garden in. Listen, I got all that what you said you got, Becky, and I went to the chiropractor before I knew that's what it was. And he took the x-rays, and he should have seen on the x-rays how bad it was. And so he put me on this machine. I don't know if y'all remember. I'm sure I don't expect y'all to remember my whole life. But I was going, he put me on that machine that they hook that belt around you. And then it like pulls, and it pulls your body and decompresses your spine. And the more he kept doing it, the more I would cry out in pain. I know everybody in the whole building heard me because it hurt me so bad. When I got up, I couldn't even stand up. I could hardly breathe. So finally I had to tell him, I said, I can't do this anymore. And then when I started seeing the doctor at Duke, and he explained to me what all was wrong with my back, I'm like, that chiropractor should have looked at those x-rays and known it was not something he could fix. So I personally think he made it worse. I can't prove it, but I think he did. Me too, Amanda. I'll complain whichever way. If they ever want to put you on one of them decompression things, don't do it. I swear, don't do it. Me and David were talking about back shots today because I've been through all that. That the last three doctors, the last three times that did it, knocked me off the table. I screamed the whole place. Everybody heard me. Knee shots don't work anymore. The wrist, no. I told him, I said, there's not another shot that anybody can give me that I'll ever take. I will never take another shot of any kind in any body part. Been there, done that, been traumatized, won't do it again. They are dangerous, Sandy. Oh my gosh. Well, see, that's what I'm supposed to have, Becky. I don't know if y'all remember back in 2019. Had to be. No, it had to be 2020. He had me on the schedule for June something. And I got a phone call from him. The surgeon called me on my phone here at home to tell me his peer group, whatever, said no, I needed to lose some more weight. He was ready to do the surgery. He was doing it. He had me on his schedule. I talked to him personally when he put me on the schedule. His staff didn't put me on the schedule. He did. Then he called me to tell me he's sorry he couldn't do it until I lost weight. And I remember making a video because I had kept y'all so much into the loop of what was going on. Road to back surgery, blah, 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 all the things they had me do. I went through all the steps. I did everything. And then just the rug was pulled out from under me. And I remember that video. I would hate to go back and look at it because it'd probably be embarrassing. But I remember making that video, sitting in there in front of the computer, just crying my eyeballs out, telling y'all that I had just got the phone call and I couldn't have my surgery. And so then I was started to try to lose weight. It wasn't working to get my back surgery. And in the meantime, my knees went to hell in a handbasket. They were already bad. They were needing replacing when I was 49 years old. And he said I was too fat then. And the doctor now, he said, I would have done you in a heartbeat back then. Because I told him, I said I was a good 100 pounds lighter. He said, I'd have done you in a heartbeat. So the knees have taken precedence over the back, because even though they all hurt and they all need fixing, the knees are the main thing that's not holding me up the way they should. So there you go. Because Joanne, they just about, I had shots for several years on my back and they did fine. And then when my back got so twisted and tore up so bad that every shot they give me would hit the nerve. The one they did for carpal tunnel hit the nerve. In my knees. Ain't doing it. Ain't doing it. Spasms are trying to protect the spine. Huh. I ain't never heard about it. Y'all remember that video? That's embarrassing. Y'all, Lord, have mercy. Y'all not supposed to be remembering all that kind of stuff. You want to know what happened when they hit the nerve? Pain. In excruciating pain. I was in excruciating pain. It's just like, just think about like if they hit a nerve when they're doing the dentist, if they hit that numb you and he hits the nerve, shoots that like electricity through your body. Oh, trust me, that's some pain like you do not want to feel. That first time he hit it, I screamed. When I finally was able to get up off the table, I fell off the table. When I was finally able to get up and go in the recovery room, the people over there was one woman over there. She said she didn't want to get her shot. I'm sorry. I couldn't even sit down. It was so painful. I could not even sit down. Oh, no. You elevated because I fell. Oh, listen, I had shots for several years that they did wonders. They did wonders until my back got to the certain point, because I'm like Becky, I have the severe spinal stenosis. The disc is bulged. It has slid down and it's twisted and it's pinching the nerve and it's needs the rods and the screws. So when it gets to that point where they go in to get to the ones they need to, now it's to the point to where I guess it's just that nerve is so inflamed or whatever. But just normal, typical shots in my back, I tolerated them fine. I tolerated those fine. It was just when it got that bad and it hit the nerve. And the next two doctors that I saw, after that, I said, no, I can't do this. Then they sent me to pain management. And they did one. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that no more. So when I went to Duke, he's like, well, let's try shots. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that no more. He goes, well, we have different. He said it in a way to where we have different doctors up here. Because it's Duke. So I'm like, okay, I'll give him a shot. Nope. My back is to the point to where it's just raw nerves and nobody's touching it. The first one lasted, oh my gosh. Well, when they don't be scared. Don't be scared. Go do the shot. The first few years that I had them, They worked great. And they would last. They started lasting. And then they would get less and less and less lasting. Now, they'll spray, if you want them to, they can spray some numbing spray on there first before he puts the needle in. I personally did not like it because the first time he did it, it hurt because it was so cold. I said, I would just soon you just do it without the numbing spray. So if you just lay there and you just practice on your breathing and just relax and just let them do their thing, it's no big deal. And then it puts that medicine in there. You start feeling better. You will feel better. I would about guarantee if you're just going in, you're not going to go straight for some exposed nerve. I would say just go ahead and do it. Don't be scared. It just depends on the severity of your what's wrong with your back. Oh, see, my insurance. I am lucky about some things on my insurance, and some things I'm not. But they didn't. No, just try at least one, Joanne. Try at least one. What part of the back are they going for? Do you know? I'll come with you. I'll come in there and hold your hand. That's mine. My problem is L4, L5, and S1. But I will say, if you have carpal tunnel and you go get a shot, I wouldn't do that. I would say, nope. My thumb right here is degenerated. This thumb is almost gone. And I told David I would love to have a shot in it, but I'm scared. I'm scared. And my knees, useless. They have that stuff they can put in there, Uniflex, I think is what it's called. But my knees are so jacked up, there's nothing for the Uniflex to fill in. You see what I'm saying? It's all gone. there's nothing to fill in. There's no boundaries. It would just go squirting every which way. Useless. Listen, I know somebody up here said something and I missed it. Who says something about something? Oh, Janice had a wreck and had to have therapy. Had to take your bra and top. Ooh. What kind of therapy did they do? I'll tell you the kind of therapy I like. I like that little ultrasound one where they put that jelly stuff on you and makes your muscles jump when they hit your muscles. I like that. I'll do that all day long. Yeah. And once you get one that don't last, you just wasting your money to go back and get another one. Just wasting your money. But they insist on it. Them doctors insist on it. That last shot I had, that little young boy, he says, let's give you one. I'm like, the last ones I got didn't work. Well, let's just try this again. I'm like, I'm just telling you, they didn't work. He gave it to me anyway. And guess what? It didn't work. So I ain't been back to see him. See, Lori, that's what I'm talking about, girlfriend. No, not doing it. When they did, I was telling David in there, I don't know. I see him next Tuesday. And I'm hoping y'all put together all y'all's thoughts because I'm hoping he will say, okay, I see how close you are to the BMI that you need. Let's go ahead and get you on the schedule. That's why I want to go now while I'm still this close and working on it. I don't want to get there and then have to wait how many months out because he's already out to September. Well, that was when I made the appointment. He might be in October by now. Who knows? So I want to get on the schedule because surely I can lose that much weight by then. Surely. So, yes. But no, I was telling David about when I had the carpal tunnel shot. I had it at pain management. And the nurse was in there and the doctor was in there. And I was sitting in the chair like this and had my hand out, and he was standing right here in front of me. So when I was sitting, my face was like right here at his waist. And he's not a big man. And I was bigger then than I am now. And so he had my hand out there. And when he shot that thing up, it sent. I don't. I think I went to the depths of hell and back with that one shot in my wrist. And I reached around and I grabbed him and I buried my face in him and I screamed. I'm like, we're done. He might thought I had lost my ever loving mind. I'm gonna tell you what, that hurt like a yes. David, I keep telling David, I said, I know I tell you maybe you need a new shot. I feel like my hair's sticking up. Listen, she cut my hair too short this time. And then the way she didn't feather it right or something. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. And it's not growing fast. So anyway, but I keep telling David, because his wrist is so messed up. He does not want to have surgery. He says, I can't be out of work 6 months. I said, we'll make it work. We'll get through it. He goes, I know, but I don't want to be out of work 6 months. I'm like, I know. But I told him, I said, maybe you need to go get another shot because they give him one already. I said, but here I am telling you how bad mine hurt. I said, he said, well, they did his on top. So they didn't go in like where that, because you can feel that when you do across there, you can feel the twanging on that nerve. They went on top of his, but he was hurting, and he's got arthritis in his knee so bad. David is, no, they're not supposed to hit the nerve like that, Joanne. No. If you had the shots, Viv, you wouldn't have had the surgery. You'd have been scared. To my knowledge, you're not supposed to hit the nerve. I don't know. In my back, they didn't hit it until it got so bad, until it had just deteriorated to the point to where I guess it was just so inflamed or whatever. You know what I mean? But he's not the man. He's not. He's never been, like he said. He said, I've always had something hurt, and he said, but I just power through it. He's not a complainer. Y'all know that all the jokes about men. Oh, a man that's sick is such a baby. Blah. Not David. You can't tell when he's sick. You have to hear him blow his nose. You have to hear his voice. You have to, if he's throwing up, there has to be some kind of sign, outward sign that he's sick, because he's not going to tell you. He's not going to tell you. And he don't tell me when his knees are hurting or his wrist is hurting if I don't ask him, or if I don't see him, or if I don't accidentally bump it or something. He won't tell me. He does not complain, and he is not one to not be able to do what he wants to do or needs to do. And so he don't know how to handle this pain. And he was working on his truck last weekend, and he told me, he said he was in so much pain between his knee and his wrist. He said, I could not concentrate on what I was doing. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. When he says he's in pain like that, he is in pain, because that man can endure pain. I believe he could endure, and I'm not lying, he could endure the pain of childbirth. He could. I about ripped his finger off one time. His finger was partially denuded, which means the skin was ripped off the bone, and I had to get his ring off. And we sit in there at the table, and I was peeling the meat off as I was peeling the ring off. And I was freaking out because, I mean, oh my God, it was terrible. I'm like, are you okay? Go ahead, I'm fine. He was that calm about it. And I know it was killing him, because, I mean, his meat was coming off with the ring. So he can put up with a lot of stuff. He's just not, he don't know how to handle aches and pains and things. Oh yeah, Judy. One of those you watched him do it, Viv? No. Mm-mm. No. Viv, you're badass. Because I ain't looking. No, sir. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Mm-mm-mm. Right, Roy? Yeah. Mm-mm. I ain't watching nothing with a needle going in my body. I ain't watching it. You might put one in my body, but I ain't watching you put it in my body. No, 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 no. When they come in there to when I had the bypass, they come in your little before room, whatever you call it. What's your before room? Your pre-op room. And she brought her little ultrasound to find the right veins. I'm like, do what you got to do, but mm-mm. Oh, bad word, no, Joan. I ain't watching nothing. The only needle I watch go in me is that Ozempic needle because it's about big as a grasshopper's Peter. So, it ain't nothing. No. I can't believe he was awake, Viv. Well, hey, Sylvia. I would think they would put you to sleep for something like that. What's wrong with this world? If you're working on me, I want to go under. I want to go under. Me neither, Terry. No, sir. No, sir. Not a bit, Roy. Whenever she gave me that prescription, she sent it in. You know, they do everything electronically. By the time I got home from my appointment, my prescription was filled. I ain't had trouble getting it at all. Matter of fact, I got 2 boxes of it. She wanted me to go ahead and have the regular dosage box and the higher dosage box, and they filled both of them and gave me both of them. Now we'll see when I got to refill it next week. We'll see, but that's the smallest thing I could think of at the moment, Joey. Hey, Rod. Oh, Sylvia, girl, I didn't do them. I had my friend from school who is a nurse come and do them. No joke. Does your stomach look like somebody been punching you out in the boxing ring with Mike Tyson? Golly. I hope they do too, Terry. Mm-mm. I told that doctor, he said, you got to take them shots. I said, well, I ain't doing it. He said, well, you have to. I said, well, I ain't. I'm just telling you I ain't. I flat out told him I was not going to do it. I can't give myself a shot. Can't do it. So if my friend hadn't come and done it, I guess I'd have just had to try to not have a blood clot. That's all I know.
Message.
Oh, you got little knots? Oh, I didn't do that. I just got the massive bruises.
Message.
Oh. Oh, yes. Listen, I guess when I had my knees done, Judy, did you have to take Love Next, Love and X after you had your knee done? Oh, Lord, there's trouble. Because I told her, I said, if I got to take them after I get my knees done, I said, you'll have to come down and give them to me then too. She said she would. What, Sylvia? You better let your doctor know about that, because that don't sound good. They asked me, could my husband do it? I say, I don't think so. David's like, yeah, he thought he could. I said, no, I don't think you can. Mister working on a truck with a wrench the size of a telephone pole, you ain't giving me no shot. Mm-mm. No. I don't know, Sylvia. I think I might mention that, because I don't think that don't sound normal. Blood clots after you have surgery. So you don't get blood clots, to help you not get blood clots after you have surgery. Your knee pops, Judy, and it's numb. Is that normal while it's healing? God, I feel like my nose is running. Oh, I flat out wasn't going to do it, Louise. Flat out was not going to do it. Some things you can talk me into. Okay, I'll think about it. You're not talking to me into giving myself a shot, because I can't do it. I can't do it. I can stand here right now with a needle in my hand. I'll be sitting here this time next week with that needle in my hand. I cannot. I can't do it. Good grief, Becky. Oh my gosh, Judy. Does it get on your nerves? I'll cry in front of anybody. I don't give a shit. Hmm. I bet it does. Nurse Ratchet. No, 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 no. I just see the knee doctor next week. I'm hoping to get on the schedule next week. This is what I'm hoping. Yes. Fingers crossed. But I mean, I had my appendix out. I never had to take no kind of shots. I had my gallbladder out. I never had to take no kind of shots. Is that something new they do? Okay, Lori. Huh. I wonder why some they give pills and some they make you take shots. Hmm. Well, I remember when I had my gallbladder out, I was, I guess, in my 40s. I don't know. Um, we had went to the beach. It was just when the kids were home, so it was just me and David and RJ and Holly. And actually, it was the year 2000. So, however, what's 62 to 2000? Do the math. I ain't going to. So, we went to the beach and we went to Dixie Stampede. And if y'all know anything about Dixie Stampede, that was Dolly Parton's um, arena show, right? Well, so much fun. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if they still have Dixie Stampede. I know they have the pirate ships. I don't know. But anyway, we went there and they serve you how many ever courses. And of course, everything they give you is fatty, 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 you know, delicious. So we get home, and I had been having these spells for a while. And I would tell David in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh, it felt like somebody had a butcher knife stuck in my shoulder blade. And couldn't breathe. And I was doing like that. And he's like, we got to go to the hospital. I'm like, no, honey. I said, I'm just going to go in there and they're going to tell me all I have is gas. I said, I'm not going to be embarrassed being told I have gas. So I wouldn't go and I wouldn't go and I wouldn't go. And obviously he couldn't make me because I'm hard-headed. So we get to the beach and I wake him up in the middle of the night after we had went to Dixie Stampede and I was having one of them spells. I'm like, honey, I can't breathe. And it was hurting me so bad. It felt like a butcher knife. Just somebody was just going full on psycho. So we went to the Myrtle Beach Hospital, which was the biggest joke I have ever been in. And I'm hoping from the year 2000 to the year 2023, they have fixed something, because the way you checked in, truth I've ever told it, was you go in, you get a piece of paper out of a basket, you write your name down on there, you write what was wrong with you, and you put it back in this other basket. And then they come over there and they pick them out and call you whenever the heck they feel like it. So I'm laying over there on David and I am just moaning and groaning and carrying on. And people, I could hear them talking, but I was out of it in so much pain. Is she okay? Is she okay? And we're like, we don't know. We didn't know what it was. So come to find out, I was having a gallbladder attack. He said it was brought on by all that fatty food. So go see your doctor as soon as you get home. So we get home. He tells me what to eat while we're still at the beach. I had to live on yogurt and like berries and crap at the beach. It was not fun because you go to the beach to have good old fattening seafood and all that. And so I get home and I go and they give me the ultrasound. Well, I am eat up with gallstones. I mean, eat up. They do all the testing. I'm home. My mama's best friend, they work together. She's since passed, but she calls me at home. She goes, did your mama get you? I'm like, no, why? She goes, the hospital called her, said they want to do surgery on you right now. I said, what are you talking about? She said, the hospital called her. They can't find you, which I was home all day. They want to do surgery on you right now. I'm like, no. And so mama, she got me. And in the meantime, I'm calling David's daddy because at that time, and I remember it, David had a Fayetteville run. So he had to go to Fayetteville. Well, that's a fair piece from us. And we have cell phones back then, no cell phones. I called his daddy. I said, is there any way you can find a way to get a hold of David? They're making me go to the hospital. I've got to have surgery. And I'm crying. I'm squalling like a baby. Oh, my God, it's terrible. So I get down to the hospital. I go in. I kid you not. I tell them, I had a phone call, blah, blah, blah. Are you Kim Maness? Yes, come this way. So they were sitting there waiting on me. So I go back in there. I get there. They do whatever they do. Turns out they said, you are too much of an infection. We cannot do surgery. So they sent me home for 3 days on these super strong antibiotics. And then I went back 3 days later and had my surgery. But you talk about somebody giving me a stroke. Oh my gosh. So that is how my gallbladder came out. What have I missed? Give me your... Listen, back in the year 2000, that's what we did down at the Myrtle Beach Hospital. Yes. Oh, well, bye, Roy. I'm glad you stopped by as long as you got to. Well, hey, there's Momo. Yes, I will call you Momo. I don't think they can refuse you if you don't have surgery, if you don't have insurance. I don't think the hospitals can refuse you. Maybe doctors can, but around here, hospitals can't refuse you. I don't know if that's everywhere, but our hospitals around here, I think that's why a lot of them stay so busy, because if you don't have insurance and you just have a cold, you go to the hospital to get something because they can't refuse to help you. Listen, I had my appendix, if you want to hear more, since we're all on the subject of surgeries, I had my appendix out when I was in college. And I went to school in the mountains, and my dorm that year was at the top of a big hill. I mean, a big hill. And there was snow on the ground. And I woke up in the middle of the night hurting like I have never hurt in my life. I apparently didn't take my brains with me to college because I just got up, put my coat on, left my PJs on, started walking down the hill, going to go to the infirmary like somebody's going to be there in the middle of the night. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, somebody was there, and they sent me over to the hospital, emergency appendectomy. My appendix was on the verge of busting just like that. So they called my mama, and my mama in the middle of the night has to get from here, drive 2 hours to get up there to see me. And you know how when it's your baby, you're panicking. She's driving, and they're doing surgery while she's driving. And oh my gosh, what a mess! What a mess! So that's the only 3 surgeries I've ever had. Psst, wake up! Somebody say something. Every time I quit talking, I'm waiting to see what's going on. Hey, Miss Bernadette. Oh, have you, Sylvia? You're eating. What we gonna eat next week? I have been trying to think when I make my menu. Are we gonna eat out supper every day? Because I don't really think I should cook. Do you? I don't feel as if I should cook. I mean, I have to make sure David eats. So whatever we eat, we have to bring some home for him. But Becky is coming to my house. Becky is headed to South Carolina, and she is stopping by to see me for a couple days on her way. If it falls out, you don't need it. Leave it be. If it breaks, get you a new one. Well, I just don't know how I'm going to have time to cook with all the shopping we're going to be doing. That's all I know about it. Okay, Sylvia. Are you eating something good? I know, Judy. I thought I'd done seen you by now. Oh, that sounds yummy. We will film as much as we think. I'm thinking eat out too, Marilyn, because we got so many thrift stores and things, and I'm hoping this new Dollar Tree is going to be open by then, because the truck was backed up to it the other day, and cars in the parking lot, people in there, I guess, setting up the store. So I'm hoping the new one's open because I need to check that out. But we have so many thrift stores we got to hit up, and I just don't think I need to take time away from all that to cook. Yes, food for energy. Well, I know we're getting Whataburger I don't be using zucchini for noodles either. And Cracker Barrel. Okay, hold on just a minute. Okay, I got I got a tickle. Cracker Barrel, right beside your motel. We will go there and get some breakfast. Might have to take you to a little hole in the wall, get you some liver mush. Would you be up for trying liver mush? It is just a little hole in the wall. Listen, my pocketbook ain't gonna know what happened. Good Lord have mercy. I ain't never tried. I ain't never tried none of that. Listen, I was at it one time back when Mama was alive, and she died in '98. We used to go there all the time, and they had these little ladies groups that would go. And there was this one time we were there, and they have the little cups of jellies. Well, they have blackberry. Blackberry is highly sought after. So there was this one little woman. She was going around table to table to table digging for blackberry jelly. Bye, Judy. Well, she's driving Wednesday, so don't know what time she'll get here Wednesday. Oh, are you serious? Did you get it taken care of? I hope your new one. You got it canceled, right? So I'm hoping your new one comes before you have to leave. Before you have to leave tomorrow, Wednesday. Yes, you can do absolutely do just one layer. You don't have to have 3 layers of pasta. Just downsize it overnight. Dang, that's all right. $50,000, Louise. You got a card that could charge $50,000 on it. Girl. Yeah. I mean, we got some nice credit cards that'll get us by for if we have some emergencies, but nothing like that. Have to look into it. Good grief. Oh, they left you enough for a pack of crackers. That's about all you get. Listen, them trucks take thousands of dollars at a time. Listen, they was just passing it around. That's what they was doing. Passing it around. You tell me, Louise. Good Lord. Good grief. The whole network? Okay. So, y'all know I watch TikTok when I eat my breakfast. I can't remember what she called this. She said she's not a conspiracy theorist, but some organization predicted the coronavirus, and then it happened. And so now they're predicting some kind of like cyber virus that's going to shut everything down. She said, so it's going to happen. Have y'all seen that TikTok? God, my nose won't quit running. Listen, when the internet goes down, we're all in a world of hurt because everything we do is on the internet. We pay our bills on the internet. We go live on the internet. We Google everything on demand. Have you heard that? Listen. Three weeks? What did they do, Louise? What kind of... I get these people have been trying to get mine because I get a thing that says we got a request to change your password. Did you change it? I won't even click on. I'm so leery. I won't even click on that in case that's a hoax email trying to get me to click on something that then gives them the authorization to do something. So I just get out and go to Facebook on its own and go straight in from there. And it said somebody tried to change your password. If you didn't, then change your password. So I changed my password again. But yeah, I don't know what is people's problem. Can they not find a hobby other than something like that? I mean, can they not like take up junk journaling? There's some needle cross. Needle cross. What am I trying to say? Needlepoint. Why, yes, Susan, I am. No, you don't message. I don't click on nothing in an email. I don't care who it says it's from because they can clone so many things. I don't respond to anything I get in my message or in my email. I will go and look it up myself and then go from there because I don't trust nothing. And I sure ain't gonna buy nothing. You can call me all day long and offer me the sun, the moon, and the stars, and I ain't gonna buy it from you. If I didn't originate the call to you, I ain't buying it. Happy Friday. A friend recovery. I know they have a what's it called? So like if you die, there's a person who can do whatever they need to do with your Facebook account. What is that? It's called something. Anyway, I made Holly mine. Joan doesn't know it. We're going to get morbid here for a minute. If you don't want to be morbid, just do this. La 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 la. Joan doesn't know it, but if anything happens to me, she has to come on my account and make the announcement. Joan, are you listening? I don't think she heard me, Becky. It is. It's written down in my paperwork. But the reason why she has to do it on my account is so my kids will get paid. David will get paid. Not like I make a lot of money, because, honey, I don't. I just squeak by. But is this what you're doing, Joan? Well, hey, that's the price you pay for being my friend. Oh, isn't that terrible? Is that terrible to me? Is that terrible to me to expect her to do that? I would do it for you. Of course, I don't expect nothing to happen to you or me. One, I expect us, to be here. Did everybody leave me on that? Gosh, I can't quit my nose from running. I know you will. Listen, so would I. Oh my gosh. Listen, I'll make a deal with you. I'll be there in the room with you. Does that make it better? They say when you get like a cold thing passes by you, you feel like a cold, that's like a spirit. I have felt cold things before, and I'd be like, mm-mm. I was watching a Criminal Minds yesterday, and it was about haunted houses. And this little young girl, she was all about it. She couldn't get enough of them haunted houses. I'm like, girl, I can't do that stuff. I can't do that stuff. No. Oh Lord, does Jack see? No, he don't, Joan. Well, Jack say, that's me, Kim. That people, you hear people all the time talking about, I have, this loved one that died, and they visit me at the night. I see them at the foot of my bed, and this and that. And I'll be like, somebody that I love passes. I'm like, I love you beyond words, but don't you ever visit me, because it would freak me out. It would just freak me out. Mm, mm. John, what about that little boy? What about that little boy that sits on your steps? Ain't they a little boy that sits on your steps? Yes, Marilyn. Hey, Jack. What are you doing, Jack? Are you doing super, super good? Your old house. I knew there was. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. I don't want nobody up in my house that ain't somebody I can touch. No, sir. Mm, mm-mm. Did he say yes, Miss Kim? That little Jack she watches is a hoot. I'm gonna tell you, he is a hoot. Oh, is he? Oh, hey Jack, have you been being a good boy today? I bet you have. Is does he don't understand why you don't just turn that phone around and there I am. Oh, did he get him a smoothie today? 10 to 15 at a time. Mm-mm, girl. That is all you. No, 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 no. I watched children for a short little bit of time when Holly was young, but that was after I quit. I was like in between houses because I clean houses, and this wasn't my thing. Oh, that would be nice. They would come see you. What did they call you, Miss Louise? Okay, Momo. You will always be Momo to me. Have a good weekend. Oh, that's a fun age. They're so funny. Jacob is so funny. You know what, Louise? I was like, what is a Tesoro school? I better ask about that, but I didn't want to show my ignorance. But I sure didn't know. Sure didn't know what it was. I don't even know what a Montessori school is. I've heard of them, but I don't know what they do. So I don't have a clue. Yeah, that auto spell, boy, it can mess you up. What does a Montessori school do? I don't even know what a charter school does. What's the difference in a charter school and a just a school? Child choice, child led. Private but funded with public money. How does that work? Maybe I'm showing my ignorance here, but doesn't that just make it a public school? How do you get in if it how does that work? Private funded with public money. Hmm. I just went to regular school. Hmm. Interesting. I just went to plain old public school. The joke around our house is one of us will say something stupid, or we couldn't like put our finger on something. What school did you go to? You go lay on some frozen corn. You need a bag of ice. That corn's gonna melt. You have a good one too, Becky. Listen, speaking of ice, I finally figured out how to do my Sonic ice. The first bag I got, I dumped it right into my bucket, my whatever you call it, my tub. And the next day it had refroze or had been sitting in the car, and I had to just beat it apart. Now I put the whole bag in the freezer, let it refreeze, and then bang it on the floor to loosen it up, and then pour it in my tub. I learned. Oh, good for you. I need to do some such a thing, but the fat chance of it is that I'm not. Are you serious? You still don't have a bathroom after all? Golly. I told y'all I'm too lazy and I hate it. And I ain't no sense to lie about it or make no excuse for it. The excuses are I'm lazy and I hate it. The only way I'm going to do it is if I just flip and do it. Oh, good. Yay. Good deal. Yeah, it does. I agree. It does. I wish I had a pool in the back. I wouldn't want the upkeep, but oh, you have a nice big loss. Yay. Well, I have to have a pool that I can walk down it. I can't climb up a ladder. I have to have a pool I can walk down into, and nothing that I have to sit in because I can't get up and down off the floor. They probably were because these people that are double tracking their points and their calories, many times they'll go over their points and they're way under on how many calories they should have. So, oh, have you talked to him? I didn't know you watered a field for horses. I'm learning all kind of stuff today. I didn't know you. I've been slacking on the protein. I've been slacking on the protein. What are you doing, Louise? Calories? Listen, Sylvia, you might need to go tell your neighbor turn his water off because it's flooding your yard. No, that ain't going to work. You need to go have a talk with him. Good luck. I've been slacking on my protein a lot. Yes. I had all those nasty carbs at the Chill Wine Festival, so that was that. They're done. That's why I had hoped I was going to have a bigger loss this week, but I'll take what I had. Send him over there, Sylvia. Send him over there. Yes. Tell him to put a stop to it. Ain't no sense in you stepping in mud puddles to get into your own vehicle in your own yard. This old goat next, let me just tell you, old goat, this is what he did. This is the kind of hateful stuff he does to us. Instead of running his downspout out to the road and let it go down the ditch like rain does, he's run it from his upper yard out his gutter straight. Here's my house. The way I'm sitting, my house is directly, and his is directly to sit beside of us. It's running straight down here to the very edge of the property line with a pipe, PVC pipe. And when it rains, it gushes at the bottom of our house. We're the lowest point on the road. David had to put railroad ties out there to catch the water and run it down so it doesn't go under the house that he has to move every time he wants to mow. That's the kind of stuff that ass does to us. I thought about going out there and putting concrete in it. I really have. When RJ's friend says, put a tater in it. I have thought about putting concrete in it, though. He's mean. He's just mean. We ain't never done nothing to that man. And my mama, she never done nothing to him. He's just always been that way. I don't have no good neighbors. I was looking at these youngins. I could be their mom, I'm sure. They live on this side of us across the street, but their house faces us. I was looking at their kids coming out. I remember when they moved in there and then they had that little baby. He's a teenager because he's a big tall boy. And then they got like 2 or 3 other ones behind it. And they're all grown up. I'm like, they don't speak. We don't even know their name. And here they are, old enough for the boy to be a teenager. How long they've been over there. And then we got the old goat and then the new people in the front. There's only one of them that speaks. So I have some terrible neighbors. Terrible neighbors. That ain't good, Sylvia. I don't like that. Hey, Michelle. Oh, no, we don't want that. Go get your chlorine in there. You have a good one, too. It is getting kind of late, ain't it? Oh, it's a little after 3 o'clock. I'm sure it's time for me to do something. I just don't know what. Stickers? What is that? Let's see. I can say stuff down here. Let's see. I can add a reaction. I can can I pay myself? And engage. Start a Q&A, start a poll. Oh. Oh, I don't see any hearts. Get that coffee, girl. It's time for me to have another one myself. I know you can like the video. Well, my screen's going to be different from yours, so let me see. Let me go over here and see if I can see it. Oh, I don't think I can see myself. Oh, yes, I can. Hold on. Okay, I am delayed looking at myself. Okay, I can't do it. That was very weird. I didn't see that. I was delayed. I was watching myself live instead of right here live, and it was delayed, and it did. I sound like a hick, y'all. Yeah, I sound like a hick. Of course, you know what? I don't believe I'd have it no other way. I really don't. I really don't. Well, I am kind of tired. That thing was getting on my nerves. I figured it out though. There is a little tightener ring right behind it, and it was just loose, and so it was doing all this and that. So I got it good and tight. It probably won't slide sideways now, much less up and down. Listen, and I was not going to edit all that out. That was just too much trouble. Who sings that song? High Tech Redneck. I know that song, but I can't think who sings it. I sure did, Sylvia. I caught myself. I caught it. Listen, whatever works, Michelle. Did you? It was on my last nerve. Oh my gosh. George Jones did not sing that song. Did he? As good as I love me some George Jones, I didn't know he sung that song. Was it pissing you off too? Well, how did I not know that? In my mind, it don't sound like him. I still ain't watched George and Tammy on Showtime. I got to watch that. Every time me and David have time to watch something, we're both so sleepy we don't watch it. Because when he comes in from work Saturday morning, he hits the floor running. And then by the time he's through for the day, he gets set down, then he gets sleepy. And of course, I'm sleepy. And then Sunday, he's always doing something almost every single Sunday. And then by the time we're both sleepy again, so we don't get around to watching much. I don't know who I was thinking, but I sure wasn't thinking old possum. All right. Y'all through talking? Are y'all through? I feel like I'm through. Everybody's so quiet. Michelle, we've already discussed on here today. That is so weird that you were watching that on how I don't go in for that stuff. It scares me. We have discussed that already today. No. That stuff scares me. Bernadette, you give me a heart. Yay. That's right. That stuff scares me. I don't know how you do it. I can't watch it. I wish she was here cleaning my house. I asked Becky, I said, do I have to clean my house? She said, no, she wanted to feel at home. I'm lazy too, Kathy. I cleaned my bathroom sinks today. I folded my kitchen laundry. I did my kitchen laundry, folded that. Jacob and Holly was here all morning. And then they left. And then I had to run up and check on my mama. And I come back and got on here. So that's pretty much my day. I am hungry, though. I want something to eat. Not really sure what. Well, I know I'd like to have. Not sure what I'm going to have. Probably some pork rinds. Well, Lori, it is the second. It's not this coming Tuesday, but the next. The second Tuesday of the month. Smoothie just ain't gonna cut it. Oh no. Was he like why? Why did he do that, Michelle? You ought to be starving, Joan. You ought to be starving. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad he didn't. Stuff like that don't keep me no kind of full. I do have my banana, but my blood sugar ain't dropping, so I ain't wasting stomach space on a banana when I can go in there and find me some kind of protein. Oh, that's pitiful. Well, I'm glad you was there to help him. He's probably one of those that it's hard to say to yourself, I'm not capable of doing this anymore. It's hard to give up that freedom. So, you know, is it 75? Yes, if he has to do everything himself. Ain't no telling what we gonna get into. No, lived here my whole life. Have always loved the Andy Griffith Show. Andy Griffith, anything. Never been past it many times, going north to other places. Never have been. But you know what? It is on my list of things to do when I start walking. Cheerwine was just the scratch on the surface of what I plan on doing. Okay, Marilyn, I'm glad you got to come too. You have a great weekend yourself. I'm probably gonna call it. I need to go in there and find me something to eat. I don't want to sit here and eat in front of y'all. Yes, blessings to the room. Okay, well, I'm glad all y'all come out. All y'all that's still here, I'm glad y'all was still here. I didn't run you off. So, okay, well, I guess that'll be it. Love and hugs. I'll give you a kiss like Jacob. Give me a kiss. That's a kiss. Y'all have a good one too. Thank you for coming. Sorry I was late, but we got it done. So it's all good. Okay. Bye, y'all.